see if this one still works, shall we? Should we give it a whirl? Oh no, not that one. Is it this one? Why is it not working? Where is it? I've lost it. My soundboard. No, can't find it. I was gonna do the fucking clown version of ends o'clock. Oh man, here we are. Chelsea 3. Sorry, Chelsea 3. Should we start over? Should we start over? Brighton 3, Chelsea 1. I just don't. I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to start with the whole thing, but I'm tired. I'm so tired of Chelsea being the way that they are, doing what they do on a regular basis as well. It's not like these are like rare occurrences. It's not like these are rare moments of lapses of judgment. It's not like these are like rare issues. You know? Have I got this down as 2-1, by the way? It's 3-1, not 2-1. As the title says, spineless, petulant, immature kids. And I will go into Maresca at some point, but there comes a point where in the past, you look at when you look at when in the past Chelsea players ousted a manager, Villas-Boas, Scolari, even probably Mourinho at one point, as in like dropping Downing tools, you know. At least with those teams, they were actually good. The players were actually good, you know? And so there's kind of like a, well, we'll come back from this because we're actually a good side, and it doesn't really matter what manager we have because we are still going to be good no matter what. With this lot, these bunch of absolute dossers stealing a living, a lot of them are stealing a living at Chelsea Football Club. I just don't understand where we go from here. The owners don't seem to have a fucking clue how to run the club whatsoever. Sporting directors just do as they're told. Very good boys they are. They're you know, give them a little pat on the head. I'm sure Egg Barley gives them a little, you know, well done. Well done. Good boy. Do as you're told. We've got 10 men, right? And this is the second game in a row that we've had this. And the second game in a row where you would believe, you would think that the game against United would have been a bit of a learning curve for Maresca. And that he would have thought, you know what, that can't happen again. My poor substitutions, my poor decision-making can't happen again. Because he bottled it against United. He absolutely bottled it. And it showed. It really did show. It was very obvious. It was very clear to see. But then to go into this game And the same thing, virtually the same thing happens, just at a different time. Same time in the half, just in the second half. You'd think he'd have another game plan, you know? You'd think he'd have a different game plan. I get trying to, like, steady the ship with a defender, right? But you are just admitting defeat or admitting that, like, we're just going to park the bus now. You've got on the bench Gittins and Garnacho, who are worth £100 million between the two of them. Just sitting on the bench. You brought on 4 defensive players and still lost 3-1. We were 1-0 up before the substitutions were made. And somehow, bringing on 4 defensive players, we still lost 3-1. We still went on to concede 3 goals. To which my argument would be, why didn't you just go for another goal? Why didn't you just try and bring on a fucking attacking player? Just one attacking player. At some point, 54th minute, he brings on Achimpong, who, nightmare appearance, it's got to be said. 63rd minute, he brings Malo Gusto on. And then 79th minute, he brings on Benoit Badiashile and Romeo Lavia. That's 4 substitutions, if my maths is correct. Which it is. Which means that at any point in any of those 3 substitution windows that we had, could have brought on Gittins or Garnacho. Now, people will argue Gittins wouldn't do anything. So what's the point? And, you know, I can't argue against that necessarily, but it's worth a try. They brought on an attacker in Danny Welbeck, has scored 2 goals, won the game. I just don't get how one substitute, well, just one extra player that you had available, eligible to play. You didn't think, let's just throw one of them on and see what happens. Just, we might catch them. We might catch them on the break. And we had plenty of chances. We were definitely capable of scoring another goal in the space of time that we had in just 10 men. But Maresca doesn't think that. Maresca doesn't believe that these players are capable of scoring when we are 1 man down. And once again, he thought... Who did he take off? Who did he take off first? Was it Andre Santos? Was it Santos? He didn't think to take off the striker. Again. You lose a defender. You take off the striker. You bring on another defender. I just feel like these are such fundamentally easy decisions to make. 2 games in a row. I understand you made a bit of an error in the game against United. But it happens again today. If your primary aim was to defend after the red card, which it was because you brought on 4 defensive players, why didn't you just bring off João Pedro? Why didn't you just get rid of the striking option altogether? It just doesn't make any fucking sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. There's no game plan. There's no game plan at all with these, with this manager. Especially when the shit hits the fan, which it does. All the time. He took off Neto. Okay. But before I wrap up, again, please do like the video, subscribe. Maresca. I think the time is coming. And it's unfortunate for him, the run of games that we have now. We look at the fixtures. Benfica, Liverpool, international break. If we get beaten against Benfica, which I fully think we will, we're missing so many key players. It's just not looking good for him. And I feel a bit sorry for him because of that. You know, very, very unfortunate games to come across after the run of form that he's on at the moment. But if you've now... I'm not counting the Lincoln City game. But by the way, we were fucking shit in that game. But we still won. But it was shit. We looked hopeless against Lincoln. We didn't have a game plan. We didn't have an idea what to do. A talking to at halftime obviously worked, and, you know, a quick turnaround in the second half. But you look at the results that we've had as of late, right? A draw against Brentford is where this all went downhill. A draw that should have been a win, by the way. A loss to Bayern. It happens, you know. No one was expecting a win. We all thought we were going to lose. So I would say it's not fair, but you will allow it in a regard of, like, it depends how you react after the fact. Do you know what I mean? Then to lose to this Manchester United team against that Manchester United manager. And I get, listen, the Sanchez situation, it was not ideal, but again, it's how you react. After the Bayern Munich game, didn't react well. After the Sanchez red card, didn't react well. After the Chalobah red card, didn't react well. These are the things that I'm picking up. These are the things I'm noticing from Maresca. He doesn't know how to react. He doesn't know how to act. He doesn't know what to do in moments of needing to overcome adversity. He doesn't have a clue what he's doing. And it shows. It's so evident. He's out of his depth. Now, I'm sure, and I think anyone that has any idea about football will admit, he's not ready now, but I wouldn't be surprised if Maresca ends up being a capable manager, a decent manager in the future for whoever it ends up being that isn't us. No one thought the same of Graham Potter. So this is the difference I just want to clarify here, is that I do see that Maresca could end up being a good manager, but he's not a good manager at the moment. Graham Potter was never a good manager. I never rated him, didn't think he was good, and now you look at it few years later and he's fucking shit. I fully expect Maresca to be a good manager one day, and like Hydra just said, probably in Spain or Italy or, you know, somewhere else, not in the Premier League. It's not made for his style of football. But to be a loss in the Champions League, and then a loss in the Premier League, and another loss in the Premier League, and then another loss in the Champions League against Benfica, supposing it happens, which I think it will, and then losing again to Liverpool. It's ta-da for now, mate. It's arrivedercis. Bonsoir. Fuck off. I'm not trying to be mean. But if he loses these next two games, it's harsh because they're tough games. But with an international break around the corner after that Liverpool game, it's an easy decision to make. It's a very easy decision to make. The players are massively to blame. I think at its core, we all know the real issue is the owners, the sporting directors. It needs to be said, but it's you just end up going around in circles. We all know that they're toxic. We all know that they're putrid. They are a poison to this club. They always have been, and they will continue to be until they do eventually leave, which I don't think they ever will. But on the pitch and on the sidelines, the players are too young, too immature, too petulant. They squabble. They get in arguments. They want to fight everyone all the time. They can't handle their temper at all. And then you get stupid red cards, stupid goals conceded. The amount of goals that were avoidable in this game, and in the last game, and in the last game, and in the fucking last game, and so on and so forth. It feels like this whole season has been a nightmare for goals conceded because it's just the same shit every game with no change in managerial output, managerial style, players' output, players' style. It's all the same shit. Definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm not saying Maresca out yet, but the time is coming. The time is coming. It's end o'clock for now. Is it? Fuck. But very, very soon. And if he gets sacked during the international, if he gets sacked tonight, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be angry, sorry. Something's got to change. And it doesn't always have to be the manager, but it rarely ever can be the players. You get what I'm saying? This is the history of Chelsea. It's a Chelsea thing. When it doesn't work out, we've bought all these players, can't do fuck all about the players. The manager has to go. It's the way it goes. It's the way it's always been. I don't think it's sudden. Even though it's only 6 games in, there is enough time left in this season to salvage something if we act now. That said, picking up a new manager, and who is that going to be? No one knows. The gaffer's not to blame for Trev getting sent. Oh, fuck off, mate, honestly. Go get to fuck, honestly. You didn't listen to a fucking word I said, you cunt. Fuck off.